welcome back to my channel, Petty Red. You already know the vibes. I'll be coming to y'all on the YouTube. I'll be coming to y'all on the Instagram now. Coming to y'all on the YouTube, so you know it's up and it's stuck. You know it's up and it's stuck. Like, it's Patty Red. Y'all know the vibes. Like, you know what I mean? But anyways, you know what today's video is about, because y'all know what it's about. How I started to believe in God. And I'm just gonna hop right into it. I'm not gonna do too much. But first, we're gonna start off with the disclaimer. I am not the holiest child, you know what I'm saying? I'm still learning every day. So if you see me drinking next week, because I don't know who I'm gonna be next week, the week after that, or the week after that, but just if you do, don't be like, oh, she was just talking about God. Now she down in a whole bottle of Casa. Listen, I'm still connected to the worldly, and I'm praying on it every day. So one day you're gonna see me, and I will be holier than thou, but that's just not today. Patty Red, Patty Red, Patty Red. What? Hey, it's Patty Red. It's Patty Red. Put Patty Red. Patty Red. Patty Red. Patty Red. Yo, y'all know the vibes. Y'all better subscribe to me. Stop playing. Y'all better subscribe. But yeah, we just gonna hop straight into the video. So to just sum it up, I'm gonna sum it up in a ball, and then I'm gonna explain it. So to sum it up, so first step was I went to college. I had this human sexuality class. We were talking about God and all of that. And my professors showed me a side of God that I didn't know growing up. And I don't even know if they never disclosed their religion or anything. I don't even know if they believed in God. But it was challenging, you know. There was even some people, not in my class specifically, but in previous classes that, like, for their final essay, they wrote, oh, you disrespected my religion and all of this and all of this. Like, it was like, if you are a Christian and you was in that class, it was a challenging class. But then again, I was agnostic at the time, so it didn't really hit me, you know what I mean? But then I started praying every day, once my heart was open into accepting God, you know what I'm saying? Into the possibility of even wanting to have a relationship with God, and the possibility of even wanting to, like, associate with God, right? Then I started praying every day. And then I started praying for things consistently. I prayed, like, generally, I pray for my friends, my mom quickly, you know what I'm saying, in my prayer or whatever. But then I started praying for 3 specific things for myself consistently. And then those 3 things happened. And that was the third thing was like my confirmation. Yeah, that's God. Ain't nobody else doing that. And that's how I officially started to believe in God. All right, so now to really hop into it. So this is what even opened up my heart to even seek God. So I'm trying to see how I can explain it, because I'm a bad explainer, like, for real. Okay, I'm not a bad explainer. Speak into existence. I'm a great explainer. Stop playing. I'm the greatest explainer. Once I explain, you gonna understand. Okay? Because the explaining that I be explaining is too explanatory to explain. All right, so this is what happened. So freshman year of college, you have to take these classes called flex classes. That doesn't really have to do with your major. It kind of has to do with just something that the college requires. You know, every college requires something. So the class that I picked was human sexuality and gender education. It was something, human sexuality and gender education or something like that, right? So you hear gender education probably actually has nothing to do with this side of the story. But you hear human sexuality, you're like, bro, you talking about human sex. It wasn't even really, it was about that, but it wasn't really about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't sex ed college. Like, it was really deep. And I'm not really going to go into that. That could be a whole nother video of what I learned in human sexuality. But I'm going to just say what I got out of the class, right? So what I got out of the class is God and religion is not simultaneous. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have to be in a religion to seek out God. I don't have to go to church every day to seek out God. You know what I'm saying? I don't even have to read the Bible when I start seeking out. Like, when I first decided, like, okay, I want to try to find God, I don't even have to pick up the Bible yet. You know what I'm saying? All I have to do is focus on my relationship with me and God. Because shame, guilt, fear, you know, those are not things that God wants you to feel. Those are not godly feelings. Those are devilly feelings. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the Bible says a lot of things, and we have to remember those are translations upon translations of years and years. They wasn't speaking no English back in the days. So it's like translation over translation over translation. So what we know of fear as, you know, just searching up fear in the dictionary, yes, he said fear God, but it's not the fear that we think, like nah, like it's not like that. It's like just okay, y'all, it came to mind as I was editing the video. When he says fear God, when God says fear God, it means like God is literally like a parent. It means that he will discipline you, but he still loves you. You know what I'm saying? How you fear your parents because you know you'll get disciplined. Like, you might get your phone taken away, you might get a whooping, you know what I'm saying? He will discipline you, but he still loves you. That's what he means by fear him, like on a parent level, because at the end of the day, he is our father. Okay, so basically that was step one. The human sexuality, it was just talking about how they just was talking about how every bad thing in my mind that I associated with God did not come from God. That came from religion. That's what the people in religion was putting on it. You know what I'm saying? Even though the Bible might say this, might say that, it's what religion put on it. The people in religion is what put that feeling of shame, guilt, fairness, you know what I'm saying? Like judgment. It was religion that did that. So I was like, all right. I was like, oh. So instead of like trying to find God through religion, I tried to find God through God. I just started praying, and that's where the praying every day came in. I just started praying to find God. You know what I'm saying? I took out the church. I took out the Holy Bible. I just started praying to find God. Just me and God. Praying, praying, praying. Even though, like, at this point when I just started praying, I was still agnostic. And I'm telling y'all, it was ridiculous. I was praying like this. I was like, on this bed that I'm sitting on right now, I was like, dear God, or goddess, or he or she or they, or I don't want to offend you, or anything that you want to be called by, or anything you prefer. I don't know what I was saying, but I was just saying something along those lines, not trying to offend the he, she, or they of the sky. And I was just praying like that for a long time until eventually God put certainty in my heart. Like, I don't know what it was. He just put certainty in my heart that is him. Like, he put certainty in my heart that is him. Like, it's God. It's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Like, he just put that certainty into my heart. Yeah, you praying to the he, she's, and days of the world. Like, it's me. I'm God. Like, it's just God. Like, you know what I'm saying? So then that's when I started to believe in God, but it was still 95%. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when I was like, in my head, I was kind of like, okay, so now I'm going to pray for things specifically, but things that I actually want and that are actually maintainable. I'm not about to be, oh, God, I'm not about to pray every day, God, can you please bless me with a big butt? God, like, I'm not doing that. Like, God, can you please bless me with $10 million in my bank account? I prayed for things that I actually need to work on within myself, and that would actually benefit me to maybe even get that $10 million eventually. So I started praying for 3 things consistently. Actually, 5 things. I can't remember those 2 though. But I started praying for 3 things consistently. Those 3 things was to get closer to God, to remove all jealousy, hatred, and envy from my heart and mind, and to remove all fake people from my life, right? So the last one was specific to the situation, but I was mainly praying on these 2 things for a long time. Now I'm gonna dig deeper into that. And when God answered those prayers, that was my confirmation. But I'm gonna just dig a little deeper into that and how he answered them. So when I was praying every day, I was praying, oh God, can you please, what is the exact thing I said? In the beginning, I was like, God, I pray that God, I pray. And you know how I used to be like, dear God. I used to pray like, dear God. I used to be like, dear God. Like, bro, I swear to God, that's how I used to pray around. But yeah, I mean, I swear to gosh, I don't know the rules yet. But I would be like, dear God, I pray that I become closer to you and that I know for sure that it is you, God. That's what I used to say. Like, I used to be like, I pray for not only the relationship with you, but the certainty that it is you. And eventually he gave me that certainty, and now this is the point where I'm a 100% believer. You know, still not in a religion, still not reading the Bible yet. I'm just an 100% believer. All right? So then he answered that prayer. Now the second prayer, I think he actually answered this before. It doesn't really matter the order. But I was like, what was the exact thing I said? I would be like, Dear God, I pray that you remove all jealousy, hatred, and envy from my heart and my mind, because it's something that I don't want to feel anymore. I want to feel happy for my friends, family, acquaintances. I want to feel happy for your children, you know, because everybody's God's children. I'll be like, I just want to feel happy. Congratulations. Like, I just pray to remove all hate, envy, and jealousy from my heart and mind, because hate and envy and jealousy, it was taking over. It was taking over. Like, I'm not even going to go into specifics. I'm gonna just give like a little few examples here and there, but it was popping up with social media. You know, you'll see certain things on social media and you would just be like, oh, why is that not me? Why can't that be for me? Why didn't this happen for me on social media? You know what I'm saying? And I would just develop some type of envy or jealousy from social media. Like, say, oh, it's some acquaintance from high school and she's over there in I don't know, Cabo or something, and I ain't been out of the country in 5 years. Like, why isn't this my lifestyle? You know what I'm saying? I want to be in Cabo right now. I want to do this. I want to do that. Why is it that she can afford to go to Top Golf? I don't even like golf. I don't even know why that's an example. It would be things like people with big friend groups. Oh, she has a big friend group. Why can't I be blessed with a big friend group? I want a big friend group with friends that love me. You know what I'm saying? It would be things like that. Relationships. I'd be like, damn, she's been in a 2-year relationship. Why can't I be in a relationship? It would be like things like that I would see on social media that was just jealousy and envy in my heart. You know what I'm saying? Hatred. I don't think it was. I guess hatred comes with jealousy and envy, but it was never really like I hate them. But it's a part of jealousy and envy. Another part of the jealousy and envy part was like with my friends that have family. Specifically, this is really specific. My friends that has family, and this was dating all the way. This is dating all the way back to middle school. My friends that have family, blood family that they're close with, I would be jealous of that relationship between them, because I'm like, oh, your family is there for you. Your family sticks with you through anything, and that's your blood, and they chose to do that. Why don't I have that? Why can't I have that? Because like that got taken away with me, and I know that I will never have that. Like I have chosen family, but I know that I will never have that blood connection that you have with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just different when it's blood, and that made me jealous. That made me envious. What else? Oh, also, I would be jealous jealous and envious of my friends that the world saw as beautiful, and it kind of turned it. I would say they don't even know this, bro. But it turned into hatred a little bit. I didn't hate my friends, but it's kind of like I hated the world because they didn't see me as beautiful, even though I thought that I was beautiful. So it wasn't like I thought I was ugly. At one point, yeah, I was insecure, like back in the days. But at this point in my journey with God, I didn't think I was ugly. I thought I was beautiful, but I'm like, why doesn't the world see me as beautiful? You know what I'm saying? And I hated that about the world. And it came to a point where I love my friends. I love my family. Anybody that was in my life, you know, that I considered a friend. Like, I would love them, but I would still be like, oh, in my head, they don't even know this. It's crazy. In my head, I'll be like, oh, she's not even that cute to me. I look better than her. I'm just being honest. This is what I thought. Like, I'm sorry. But yeah, I would be like, I definitely look better than her. They just like her because of this. They just like her because of that. But I'm more beautiful than her. And those are the things I would think in my head, instead of just being happy that a boy wants to pursue my friend and make my friend happy. You know what I'm saying? That was the jealousy and hatred that was taking over me. I didn't want to feel like that. You know what I'm saying? The whole time I was feeling this, it was bothering me. Because these are people that I love. These are people that I consider my friends. I take my friends serious. I take my chosen family serious because I don't have blood family. And I didn't want to feel this towards them. You know what I'm saying? It was really taking over me. I did not want to feel it. It was like bothering me that I was feeling this way. Like, it's like, you know how some people, like, they're hating on people and they kind of like, and they gain something from that, it like feeds their soul. Like I didn't want it. Like I was just like, if I could just like like it frustrated me that I felt that way. Really thinking about it, how frustrated I was that I felt that way. Only God could have taken that out of my heart. I was so frustrated with feeling that way. I don't really think y'all understand. It was so frustrating because I wanted to be happy for people, not only my friends, but I wanted to be happy for strangers on Instagram. I wanted to be happy for these people because at the end of the day, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to dig too deep into it, but the fact that you could go on vacations is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you have a boyfriend of 2 years is beautiful. The fact that the other example that I said that I forgot is beautiful. And I wanted to feel joy and congratulations and compassion and love from that. And I just didn't. And it was really aggravating me. So I prayed for that and God answered it. You know what I'm saying? Now I feel what I prayed for. I feel compassion, joy, love. I feel motivation from it. I feel, you know what I'm saying? When I see somebody my age, like, I don't know, when I see somebody my age with like a reasonable, like, not a reasonable, because I'm grateful for everything that I have. I'm grateful for everything that I have, but I'm not content with everything that I have, and I just know that there's so much more for me. So when I see somebody with like a 2021 car, or the money to just go on vacation with their friends, or a boyfriend for 2 years, it's like it motivates me. The first two motivates me, and the boyfriend thing is just like, it's not my time. I don't want to deal with nobody I don't have to deal with, because that's a whole different video. But yeah, like, it motivates me instead of that jealous, envious feeling. It's a motivation for me, you know what I'm saying? So the last thing was remove all fake people from my life. This was a situational thing that I prayed on. At the time, it was freshman year of college. I'm not even going to dig deep into it. If y'all want this other story time, we could do it. Although I will be telling it from a place of what I did wrong. But it was this freshman year of college, a trio. I was feeling left out. You know what I'm saying? It was me, this girl, and this girl. I was feeling left out. Those two people, they were going out, they were doing stuff, and I wasn't being invited. You know what I'm saying? And it was little things that I was like, this is weird. And it was even to the point where I called like my closest friend, my sister, Mary Jane, again, love you. I was like, is this not weird? And then just to confirm it, because I know I'm really emotional and I overthink. That's not to invalidate my feelings, but that's just to say that I'm aware that I overthink. And especially growing up, and people are now grown, everything is not what it seems. You know what I'm saying? So I make sure to sit in things now before I address them, and to make sure that it is even something to address. So I didn't even tell them how I was feeling. I even called my closest friend, somebody that I could trust with my feelings in the moment, even when I'm dragging it. Because at the end of the day, this is a new friendship. And I was like, yo, am I bugging? This is not weird. Because at the end of the day, she's going to tell me. If it's not weird, she would be like, Patrice, you dragging. But like, she was like, yeah, that's weird. So I was like, all right, this is weird. So I just kept monitoring it to make sure that I'm not bugging on my own, I take what she said in, but now I'm still monitoring it to make sure that I'm 100% sure this is weird, you know what I'm saying? So they wasn't inviting me nowhere. I felt left out. And I didn't know what it was. I didn't know if it was one of them. I didn't know if it was both of them. And, within the trio, there was a big group. I didn't know if it was all of them. So I just gave it to God. I was like, God, I pray that you remove all the fake people from my life. And I went about it the wrong way, but I have trust issues and I'm working on that. I went through her phone one day when she was lit and I saw she was talking about me. So I took pictures with my phone of her phone, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is her phone of the message of her talking about me, and this is my phone, and I took pictures of it. And then I kept it in my phone. And then I showed my other friend in the trio. And then she was like, oh, nah, that's not right. She was like, even a little bit, I would say she cared a little bit more than me about the situation, because I already knew what was happening, because I sat with it by myself and I talked to my friend about it. So I had time to really, and to me, we were friends, but it wasn't like, you know, there's different levels of friendship. Our friendship wasn't, it was very much a little surface level, but a little in the surface. Like, it was just a little in the surface. So it wasn't that deep to me to lose that friendship, to be honest, at the time. You know what I'm saying? We probably could have grown into like great friends. So, right, so then she was even more mad at me. She was like, oh, now what we gonna do? What we gonna do about it? And I'm like, you know what, we're gonna, don't judge me. I was like, we're gonna use her for a car. Freshman year of college, we live in a small town, can't get nowhere without a car. Unless you live in New York, you're gonna need a car anywhere you go to college to get places, because I'm not taking that bus that come every 4 hours. So I was like, we're gonna use her for a car. She was like, I bet. We was using her for a car, whatever, right? So then the next morning, she, and the messages that I found was like, oh, like when we first started being friends. So I wasn't really mad about it either, because I was like, we was just friends, you know. Everybody has their thoughts, but hers just happened to be sent in a text to other people. So I wasn't tripping over it. So then I plotted on her again. No, not again. I plotted on her to get her lit, to look through her phone again. So then I looked through her phone again, and there was new messages about me. So I was like, okay. But at that time, she was tipsy. There was a lot going on that night. So I didn't show my other friend in the trio till the next morning. So I showed her, and she was like, and then she was like, oh, nah. And then she was like, we're going to confront this right now. And this is the part that I regret the most, is confronting her with all of these people, because I hate when that's done to me. If we have an issue, we're going to talk about it one-on-one. We don't need a whole audience. This is not a TV show. This is not a live audience in a comedy show. You know what I'm saying? In a comedy sitcom. So we could talk one-on-one. We don't need all the people. So I regret doing that, because I don't like it done to me. Why would I do it to somebody else? I should have confronted her, me and her. But it ended up being me, the other girl in the trio, and a group of people that I was acquaintances with in college. We all went up into her room, and then I was the one who did the talking. All I did, I really took my phone with the pictures of her talking about me. I put it on her bed that she was laying on, and I was like, what is this? And then she was like, she's trying to explain it, whatever, da-da-da. But I don't even, like, you know, whatever, cool. But yeah, that's what happened, and I just cut it off from then. I was like, you know what? Because friends could break your heart too. So I'm actually, that's a whole nother video. So yeah, so I just cut it off. I was like, all right, we're not going to be friends anymore. And after that, we weren't friends anymore. We walked by each other. It wasn't no beef. It was just, we weren't friends anymore. You know, I was mature enough to, y'all got to start knowing that every time you stop being friends with somebody doesn't mean it's beef. It just means you're not friends anymore. But yeah, we was just not friends anymore. And, you know, God, he took out all the fake people from my life. He removed the source of the problem. Because even after that, my friend told me, oh, she said we shouldn't invite you because you're in class anyway. Girl, I was looking at your location in my dorm. Like, I'm not in class. But yeah, he removed the source of the problem, so I'm thankful for him doing that. Remove all fake people from my life. He removed her. And then I'm not even friends with the other girl in the trail anymore, but we went on to grow a beautiful friendship in the season that we had together. You know what I'm saying? And he really did that. So after that, I was like, that's God. Like, that ain't Buddha. That ain't the spirit gods, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not bashing anybody that believe in the spirit gods. And Buddhism isn't practice, but I'm not bashing anybody that believes in the spirit gods, because if you really hear from the spirit gods and all of it, they from God. Those are really angels, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's my story and how I started to believe in God. This is crazy. That's really God, bro. I love him. I love me some God and some Jesus and some Holy Spirit. But yeah, that's how I started to believe in God. If y'all have any questions, any more questions, just let me know. Like, you could text me, you could DM me, you could be like, yo, Patrice, I remember you said this in the video. Can you expand? But yeah, like I'm saying, it's still a journey, so don't be like, I'm not saying that y'all are. My ego is just a tad big, but don't be looking up to me or nothing. You know, I'm still learning. We in this together. You know, we could walk on this together. You could even, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation. I love having conversations. I haven't had a meaningful, deep conversation in about 8 million years. But yeah, I got therapy tomorrow. I've been wanting therapy for the longest, but it wasn't free and I wasn't paying for it. But now it's free. But yeah. Alright guys, thank you for watching my video. Patty Red, love you guys. Bye.